this stuff. It's not wanting to cooperate. All right, we are live. Welcome if you're out there watching. Tonight, so far on the panel, we have Mr. DM Foss. How are you tonight?
I'm ready for some Mulkey Mania.
Wrong show.
Yeah.
Don't do that show anymore.
Shadow.
So far out there in the YouTube chats, we have Woods out there. So they've got one person watching on Rumble, 2 on YouTube. Looks like the crawler is over top of the counter, unless the counter's just not working this week.
I can see it on my end.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the crawler. I mean the counter on the chat window itself.
Yeah, I can see it on both YouTube and
Okay.
Rumble Studio.
I got the big counter up in the upper right hand corner, but the on-screen one's not showing up on my end. That's odd. Oh well. Ain't that big a deal. Really. So do you see where Trump was working at the McDonald's like he said he was going to today?
I didn't watch it. I saw something about Trump and McDonald's, but I didn't see it.
Eyes and working the drive-thru. He said he was going to do it when Harris said that she worked at McDonald's, and yet there's no record of her ever working in a McDonald's. He said, I can, and she was talking about how hard it is to make fries at McDonald's and stuff. He's like, I can do it. So he went out and did it.
Did he say it was the greatest McDonald's? I don't say it's the greatest McDonald's. People tell me it's the greatest McDonald's.
I didn't catch him, any of his comments on it. I just saw the stories about it. But yeah, he actually went and did it. And my favorite one was earlier in the week. The New York Post had a story where some guy claiming to be a McDonald's chef was saying about how hard it is to make French fries at McDonald's. How hard is it to dump fries in a basket, put the basket in the oil, and set a 3-minute timer? Doesn't seem very hard.
I've never done it, so I can't say.
No. Have you ever made fries at home in a fryer?
Nope. Oh,
No?
yeah. I did. I had a Fry Daddy years and years ago.
Basically the same thing. It's not very hard. Chris from the 740 is out there on the YouTube side. Howdy, Chris. I thought it was funny when that guy said, I'm a McDonald's chef. Who calls themselves a chef working at McDonald's?
I don't know.
I mean, if you're a chef and you're working at McDonald's, How good of a chef are you really? This ain't Demolition Man where every restaurant's a Taco Bell. You know? I don't know. That movie on YouTube.
One of Wesley Snipes' best roles.
Mm-hmm. He was pretty good in Blade, the original one.
Yeah.
In Major League, Willie
Yeah.
Mays Hayes. American Express card. Don't leave home without it. Saturday Night Live was joking and mocking the Harris interview on Fox. They had Alec Baldwin playing Brett Baer. And basically, they were making fun of Harris and her answers. It was actually kind of funny. Saw clips of that.
Did they have a disclaimer? No one was shot in the filming of this skit.
Not that I saw. They would have to put that if they were mocking, doing a thing about Trump. Then. Well, they did show. They included the clip where they interviewed Trump earlier in the day. They did their own little version of that too.
Well, I meant by Alec Baldwin.
Oh, yeah, no, they didn't. Yeah, nobody was shot in the making of a Western.
Shadow.
They also had where they showed Dana Carvey doing Biden again. They had Baldwin asked the woman playing Kamala about what she thinks about what Joe Biden's been saying about her. And then he played a bunch of clips of Dana Carvey saying silly things as Biden and her deflecting from what it was. I mean, it was kind of funny. Oh man, what else has happened this week?
Oh, probably lots of things.
Yeah. Israel killed another Hamas leader this week.
Yeah, but there's always going to be another one.
Mm-hmm. This guy, seriously, man, he looked like a monkey. He had his facial hair and his ears, he literally looked like a monkey. He was just missing a tail. I don't know if it's inbreeding or what, but dude seriously looked like a monkey. See if I can find a picture.
Yesterday's pomade is out there.
Oh, but I wasn't seen him. Evening.
Yeah.
Here we go. I find the one picture where he's like mad. He really looked like a monkey in that picture. He's like all gritting his teeth and his way his lip going. Looks like an angry monkey. So I can't find that.
A lot of dead air.
I'm getting annoyed.
Your mic is kind of garbled.
Damn it. Fix it up. Fix it. Is that better?
Yeah.
It got twisted up in my sleeve somehow. I put it to the collar of my shirt this time. See if that works. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I went to the range today,
Uh-huh.
and there was a guy there that he had his Desert Eagle, which he had recently bought. It was a 44 Magnum one. And oh my jumping Jesus, I want one. Yeah. I only shot one. He had 5 rounds left, and the guy I was with, I let him shoot 4 of them, and then I just shot one. But with 44 Magnum, it is so soft. I mean, it is amazing.
Yeah.
I've shot the 357 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but I was blown away.
Yeah. 44, it's not bad. I've shot that. And I shot the 50. I don't want to shoot the 50 again. That thing was a beast.
And kind of talking to the guy, and I'm like, yeah, I would love to have one, but I can't. You know, it's out of my price range. And he goes, I got a good deal, $900. I was like, I could not buy it.
We'll just look at this picture of him. Come back. Come on. He got those big ears and with his facial hair. No, picture him being mad with his eyebrows furrowed and his, lips like doing a face. You know what I mean? Dude seriously looked like a monkey in the one picture.
Maybe it's on purpose. It makes him look scarier.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's the guy that Israel took out right there. Ron Wayne's out there. Howdy, Ron. There's speculation that Israel may try taking out the Ayatollah how many, some point, because apparently he tried having Netanyahu assassinated or some nonsense. Yep, now the counter's showing up.
It's fixing to get crazy over there.
Oh yeah. And there's some speculation that somebody in the Biden administration leaked Israel's plans to attack Iran. I don't know how smart it was giving that to Biden in the first place, but
Who knows if they ever got to him.
yeah.
Oh, sir, let me take care of this for you. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and take a nap.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, Mike Johnson's like, oh, we're going to investigate this. Yay, another congressional investigation that goes nowhere.
A blue ribbon panel.
Uh-huh. How many congressional investigations have we had that have gone nowhere?
Basically, it's just I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions and yell at you and not let you answer anything.
We're going to hold you in contempt of Congress. Yeah, that's great. They're really going to prosecute the Attorney General for contempt of Congress. You know, the department he leads are the ones that have to do it. That goes back to Eric Holder during the Obama administration when they held him in contempt. They actually thought that the Justice Department was going to act on it. Yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy over in the Middle East lately. More explosions in Beirut today. I'm guessing the Israelis were bombing them again. So, yeah. Crazy time. Saw a report earlier in the week where Zelensky wants to have peace talks with the Russians. Or at least he proposed it, saying it's not out of the question.
Well, I think that's his only real way to end this.
Mm-hmm.
That or lose.
Yeah. It was funny, after he met with Biden recently, he was still talking tough, and then after he meets with Trump, it's like, I want to talk peace now. Of course, people on X are speculating that Trump told him he's cutting his funds off, and that's why he wants to talk peace now. Which is entirely possible. You know, knows the meal ticket's going to dry up. Have you seen the Vegas odds makers on the election?
I heard people talking about it, but I didn't look at them.
The the last numbers I saw, according to the Vegas odds makers, Trump 60, Harris 40. As in percentages. Going back to the PA thing, Elon Musk has been having town halls in PA, and anybody that signs the petition for about free speech and right to bear arms in Pennsylvania, he's been putting in a drawing to win $1 million. So, and he's doing it at every one of these town halls. So every one of the town halls, somebody's going to win $1 million.
Is it at every town hall, or is there one?
No, he's doing it. He's doing it at every town hall between now and the election.
Wonder if he's paying, or there's actually an insurance you can get.
No, allegedly it's coming out of his pocket, from what I understand about it. From what I was reading about it, he's footing the bill on it. They were already giving everybody who signed it $100. So now, which there's nothing illegal about giving people who sign a petition an incentive.
Yeah, but
I know it's a little on the sketchy side, but there's nothing inherently illegal about it. And if you refer somebody and they sign it, you get $100 then too. So somebody goes there, signs it, and gets 5 other people there to go over and sign it. They just made $600 that night, plus the potential to win another $1 million. Kind of crazy. Did you see the new HK that they just came out with?
Maybe.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a competitor for the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, that type of firearm.
I don't know. Why don't you show everybody a picture of it?
So I'm getting ready to.
You're talking about it.
I'm getting ready to.
I will say that and what was? Oh yeah, Defense Dad was talking about that the other night. CC9.
Yeah, I think we were talking about it on Gary's Wednesday show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meh. I don't like micro 9s.
Yeah, from the looks of it, that one's probably about the same size as Shield Plus. And like the Shield, it has the pick rail on the front.
I will say that Kimber KDS9
Uh-huh.
The stainless. I
Uh-huh.
really like the way that looks. I just wish it came in a real caliber. If you could
Used
get it
to.
in 40, I would. Well, they're expensive, but if it came in 40, I would really, really want one.
Mhm. If you see the stainless steel, um, who is it? Shit, I can't think of who it was. Uh, Diamondback, the stainless steel Diamondback 357 revolver.
I don't think so.
Let's see if I can find it.
The 2-inch.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, here's the SDR. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
57. How do we do this here? Oh, well, I don't want to share that maybe. Well, I was going to show.
Yeah, I got a picture of it.
Okay.
I'll put it up.
Yeah, because I was going off the Diamondback website, but I don't want you to get in trouble for
Well,
it.
yeah, this is on their website too, but it doesn't have the price or anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool looking.
It is. I wouldn't buy one, but sure.
Yeah. The one revolver they released towards the end of the last year, beginning of this year, had a really nice trigger on it. So if this is in the same family, it could be a nice little revolver.
Yeah, but $800.
Yeah. Revolvers are expensive anymore. I was shocked the other day because in my email, I think it was Classic. They had a Smith & Wesson 686 for $700. I was like, wow. When I saw that. You don't see revolvers at, decent revolvers at that price anymore. You used to see Rugers all the time at that price. Every once in a while you'd see a Smith at that price. But anymore, Smiths are over $1,000 and Rugers are $900.
Yeah, there was a used one on, was it Buds? That was $7.
Crazy how much revolvers are going for these days.
Well, during COVID, they got scarce, and everybody wanted revolvers for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So you couldn't get any. That was the main reason I bought the M360 survival kit. Because I wanted a snub nose, and that's the only way I could get a snub nose. But it turned out, the kit's kind of cool, anyways.
Yeah. Well, when my wife got her 642, we paid $350 for that. That was probably right before. That would have. Damn, when was that? 2018, 2019 when she got that. And it was. And now 642 is like $500, if not more. Wood says that they had Zastava made 357s on Classic the other day, and they sold them all out in a day. I can believe it. I blame Paul Harrell. His video where he's dressed in his SpongeBob pajamas in the rain in the bed.
That the let me see what. Hang on. Well, that doesn't tell me anything. Well, I was kind of poking around, looking at the survival kits, and the impact guns had it for $788. I paid like $450 when I bought it, and that's when revolver prices were up because of COVID.
Mm.
And that's kind of like the um, PPKSs. I bought mine used like $350. I've seen them like 700 used now, $750,
What the hell?
$900 new.
Yeah, the page screwed up.
Yeah, you looked at it too long.
Yeah. I think that's part of the lockup, Ron. He's asking what the screw is there. If I remember right, this has a double lockup on the cylinder to prevent it from accidentally breaking or something. I forget what it. But I think that's what that is.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it on the right side. It's kind of like a button.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure that's what that is. I think that's part of the lockup system.
That's the button that releases the venom.
Yeah. So you can get it in black nitrite, polished stainless, or matte stainless. And polished stainless with the wood grip.
That
Wood
looks
grips
nice.
look pretty nice.
And I do love stainless.
MSRP $853 on that one.
That's just crazy talk.
Well, if that's a Smith & Wesson, you'd be paying $200 more. Colt, forget it. You'd be paying MSRP on the Colt would be like $1,400.
Yeah, but you're paying for sexy. Smiths are nice. Colts are sexy.
Oh, that blued Python is beautiful. Have you seen the blued Python?
I don't think so.
Oh, they're beautiful. Got to play around with one of those at the Great American Outdoor Show earlier this year. Beautiful handgun. Old school bluing. It's not that newer style where this had the old school look to it with beautiful walnut grips on it.
So, what Smith do you think would be equivalent to that Diamondback?
To this thing,
Wow.
how many rounds is it? That's the question. Did it say anywhere how many rounds it holds?
I don't know. I don't have the page open anymore.
Damn it, there it goes screwing up again.
You're looking too hard at it.
Yeah. Apparently. Their page don't like me. Let me refresh and see what happens. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Damn it, where'd it go? Gotta love the internet sometimes. Let me see. How many rounds does it hold? It's a 6-shot. So 686 maybe 19 somewhere, or not 19, 66, somewhere in that range somewhere, because those are
I'd say
both
closer to that.
686 is a K-frame, or 66 is a K-frame, 686 is an L-frame, a little bit bigger. Yeah, it looks like it's probably about the size of a 66. Looking at it there. Used to have a 66 and a 4-inch.
Well, on the Smith website, that's all they have is 4-inch.
Have what?
On the Model 66s.
The 4-inch is the only one they have?
Yeah, it's only one picture. 357 Combat Magnum.
Yep. It used to come in 2, 3, 4, and 6-inch barrels.
Yeah, because the only thing shorter than that is Model 19.
Oh, 66 is the stainless version of the 19.
They're both Performance Center models, though, so they're 12.
Mm-hmm. It's not that bad looking of a revolver. Yeah, about the size of a 66, if I had to guess, from the video and stuff that I'm looking at, which isn't being shared right now because everything's screwing up. No, it's not. Yep, we got somebody in the back room. Yep, Gizzard. Hey, Gary. You're muted.
Hey.
Now I can hear you.
Well, look who it is.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not what?
Muted.
No, now you're not. No.
I wasn't before either.
And the icon was showing that you were.
Yeah.
Rod says for the price of that Diamondback, he could buy 8 Heritages. Yeah, but none of those Heritage Rough Riders are going to be in 357, Ron. That's where they get you.
How come I don't have an icon? Foss has one.
Foss is using a virtual cam on OBS.
Sounds special.
Sounds like BS to
So
me.
special. Do you want to have some of my attention?
I got my name on the screen without an icon using quasi using OBS. Every time I try and open OBS to set up an actual virtual camera, the damn thing doesn't want to work. But it's letting me access the virtual camera in here even without having one set up.
I can do it that way.
Huh. Interesting. that too. Now Gizzard's got both of our logos.
You are becoming one.
Yeah,
Our minds
merging
are merged.
together.
My mind to your mind.
Gizzard's logo is going to be eclipsed by mine.
I was wondering what was going to happen first, me being led into this chat or the Steelers scoring a touchdown tonight. So I guess I won. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody cares.
You got to let that Super Bowl go, man.
Which one?
Well, remember he's up there in Washington. So. Been almost 10 years. Let it go.
Never.
Yeah, I bet them
It's been
49ers, huh?
It's been more than 10 years. What year was that? I don't remember now.
2006.
Yeah, so it's been more than 10 years. The Borg, I guess, Moo thinks you're being assimilated.
Resistance is futile.
Defense dad's out there. He says, "Are we unloaded yet?" I don't know. I haven't done any shooting. Have you? Either of you two?
Yeah, I
Today.
still have all my stuff in the range bags over there. I haven't unloaded those.
So yeah, Foss is unloaded. Or his weapons are anyway. His firearms. It's an interesting time of year to be introducing a new firearm, though. Yeah, you'd think they would wait till shot. Does HK go to shot anymore?
Mm.
You go there, you don't notice?
Mm-mm.
I know they go to the Great American Outdoor Show. Defense dad said he just got home from dinner with his son for his belated birthday. Said he turned 30 a few weeks ago.
Wow, the fence stats looks pretty bad for 30.
I think he means his son turned 30, man.
Oh.
Good deal. Beat. Oh, apparently the Steelers defense can't tackle either today.
Nobody cares.
Oh, man. Watched the Notre Dame game yesterday. Them playing Georgia Tech. Every time Georgia Tech would get in the red zone, they would turn the ball over. It was kind of funny. It's like, okay, what are they going to do this time? Fumble or throw an interception? According to the counter, we got 5 people watching. Wow.
I think I'm one of those. I've got the YouTube
Yeah,
open.
maybe.
I'm one of them.
Says there's one person on Rumble.
That's not me.
Bottom of the third, Dodgers are leading the Mets 4-1.
I'm hoping I'm not coming down with what Sean and Brittany had. Sean and Amy had. I just named my wife, daughter, and son. Both of them, they had some kind of infection or something this week, man. They both ended up having to call off work. Wicked.
I don't call in sick. I'd rather infect everybody at work than
Well,
not shoot.
he went to work the next day and they sent him home.
I just don't go to work at all. It's easier that way.
Mm-hmm.
Less chance for infecting people.
Defense Dad's asking if we're talking about the HKCC9. You missed it. We already did. Yeah, I have to watch the replay. Didn't talk much about it. Let's see at the size of a Smith & Wesson Shield Plus.
I gave it a resounding meh.
Way to leave the tight end wide open, you dumbasses.
Just put it on the screen.
I don't think YouTube would take kindly to that. Might get away with it on Rumble.
Probably not for too long.
Yeah.
DMCA is DMCA.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what platform you're on. Unless they're overseas, they tend to get away with stuff like that.
Well, the Jets missed the extra point. Blocked. Looked like. At least partially blocked, anyway. Oh, now the officials are huddling.
Maybe they're cold.
Yeah, maybe.
Lonely.
Meow.
Oh, shut up, cat.
I'm hungry.
He's just been doing this all week. Just walks around meowing his damn full head off.
Maybe he needs his litter box cleaned out.
Amy just did that before she went to bed.
Maybe he wants a belly rub.
That doesn't explain why you'd be walking away.
She won't give him one. He's sad now.
He's just being a dumbass.
So I heard a rumor somebody's going to give up their weekday show and just do everything on the weekends now. Did you hear that rumor?
Who do what now?
So I heard somebody's going to give up their weekday show and just do their shows on the weekends now.
Oh, who would that be?
Oh, some other guy that might be on this panel.
Yep.
Yes, I watched your show. I went back and watched the whole thing. Heard you talking about me too. Well, G Webs was anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna combine the overnight and the Wednesday mouse party together and just do them on Saturdays. They'll run every Saturday now.
Are you still going to call it the Wednesday night? Mouse
Nope, it'll be the overnight mouse party.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Now, Woods wants to know if a smart-ass cat is better than a dumbass cat. Yeah, they're at opposite ends of the spectrum. One's annoying for one reason, the other one's annoying for another reason.
But neither of them care what you think.
Nope.
I got done watching the Chiefs game and laid the recliner back when I was going to close my eyes for a few minutes. And I heard this noise, and all of a sudden I felt this heavy weight in the middle of my chest. It's like, oh, George woke up.
I get that from the damn puppy. She thinks she's got to lay on my chest if I'm sitting here doing something on the computer. It's like, you're not helping, dog. And then she tries licking my face, and I can't stand that. It's like, no, don't do that.
Well, I guess I'm not taking that short nap after all.
I guess not.
Defense Dad mentioned the H&K, what was that, SF 9cc. It looks better than the 9cc.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
He said it's European release only. It looks more like a 365.
So smaller.
And the other one to me kind of looks more like the Ruger, whatever 9.
First micro compact. Okay. Yeah, it does have more of that kind of look to it. Screen share this. People out there watching in YouTube land and on Rumble and X know what we're talking about.
Pornhub.
I'm not on Pornhub. Yeah, that's what that one looks like. Now, last week, wasn't it turning our cameras off when I went into presentation?
I don't remember. That was a week ago.
Yeah, that's That's what that one looks like. Doesn't have the USP rail like the SIG does.
I don't like rails. I don't want to get railed.
HK put it on the P365, or SIG put it on the P365, and HK didn't put it on their subcompact, or Micro 9, whatever you want to call it. They still put it on the USP, which is silly. It's a silly rail.
Trump is at the Steelers game? Wow.
Yeah, he said he was going to be.
He was working at McDonald's earlier today.
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier. He was working the drive-through and making fries.
I hear it's a tough job making fries.
Well, according to a McDonald's chef, it is. Yeah. Self-styled McDonald's chef, anyway.
I did not make fries today. I made a baked potato instead.
I made a mistake today.
You did?
Yep. Took my shotgun to the range so that Tucker could shoot the shotgun. Forgot to take any shotgun shells to the range.
That helps.
Less recoil that way.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot less.
That's when you use the shotgun as a club.
Well, I was going to say, I just let him go down and butt stroke the target for a while.
Defense Stat said that gun's been out for 2 years now. He's been waiting for it. You think that they would have brought it over by now with how hot the Micro 9 market is. It's like a Ram. They have a small pickup like the Maverick called the Rampage that they're selling down in South America. Designed here in the United States by engineers here, but they're not. They have no plans to bring it to market here. With as many Mavericks as Ford's selling, you think they would. Volkswagen apparently has one too, and they're not selling that one here either. They've even shown the Volkswagen one at car shows here as a concept for the U.S. market and never released it here.
According to Top Speed, they might release it next year, the Rampage in the U.S.
Yeah, but they've said that before.
Yeah, I don't know how old this article is.
Yeah. Well, there was talk that they were going to bring it out in the 2024 model year, and they didn't. I mean, it's got people in the truck media scratching their head why it hasn't been released here.
I was trying to find it. I can't find a picture of it. I found a rendering, but I don't know how
It's
accurate
a pretty
that is.
nice looking little pickup truck. I was looking at pictures of it earlier. got
It's not my taste. It kind of looks like a Baja for the 21st century.
it's got different trim levels that look different, just like with the full size Ram.
Will it also break down in the first 20,000 miles, just like
I don't know.
Dodge Ram?
It might. I don't know. Either you guys remember the original Rampage?
Yeah. Not
Movies,
an
Gary?
attractive
Oh, no,
car.
there he is. Okay. He just turned his camera off.
Hmm.
He's hiding.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm the
There's
unknown panelist.
a concept picture of the new one down below, but there's the original Rampage. It's
Yeah, that looks different than the one I'm looking at.
Yeah, that was the concept for the original Rampage, based on the old Dodge Charger from the late 70s, early 80s.
That I will say that does look a little better. Here, let me show you the one I'm looking at.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's not what it looks like. Show you what the actual one looks like.
So maybe that's a concept one from a couple years ago or something.
Yeah, probably. Where is the one? That's a video. I don't want a video. Yep. There we go. Go with this one. Yeah. That's what the actual truck's going to look like for the 2025 year.
It looks all right.
Yeah. It's a pretty decent looking little truck. But they're not releasing it here. I think this could give the Maverick a run for its money if they would release it. Might help revitalize the company because Ram sales have been going down. They need to do something to turn it around over there at Ram. Yeah. Because it's only being released there. Brazil and Argentina are wrong. Maybe Australia. Like Chevy's got a small truck they sell over in Australia. It's got the S10 name on it.
Well, Australia puts in Corvette engines in their Utes. Well, I think the Ute is the one that has like the Corvette engine in it,
Mm-hmm.
the little El Camino looking thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, hell, El Camino's get the S El Camino, and it had a fairly decent engine in it too.
I had a friend in high school. He had a 65 with a 327.
Mm-hmm.
That was thinking fast.
I was watching her. Somebody posted a picture or something the other day on a X. I was looking at it. I think it was one of the protest things that little twerp Greta Thunberg does over there, and there was this Volkswagen pickup truck. I was like, "What the hell is that?" But yeah, another one in that category, and Volkswagen isn't going to bring them over here either. They don't. They discontinued them in Europe too. They're only selling them in South America. So, like, how come South America's getting all these trucks? The Volkswagen one actually is a diesel.
It's all that drug money.
Yeah. It's like 250 horsepower turbo diesel with like almost 400 foot-pounds of torque, which in a small truck, that's a hell of a lot of torque. I guess you need it in South America, though, where they're selling it because of all the hills and shit they have down there. Wood says he wishes there was a hybrid Jeep Wrangler. There's talk that they may be coming out with a plug-in hybrid version of the Wrangler. If they do, the damn thing will probably cost $80,000.
Well, if you get the hybrid, do you still do the wave, or do you have to be too stuck up to do the wave now?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Woods. A plug-in hybrid is still a hybrid, but you can have it pre-charged by plugging it in at night, and then once the battery runs out, it'll run off the gas engine. It's more of a true hybrid than your standard hybrid. It's basically more of an electric and gas. I forget what company it is. They have a plug-in hybrid truck where all the gas engine does on it is work as a generator. So once the batteries die, the engine kicks in, but it's still powering the electric motors on the wheels.
I always thought that was a decent idea. You know, it's the same as a diesel electric
Mm-hmm.
locomotive.
Yeah. Yeah, basically the same idea. Defense Dad said Ford's finally making the hybrid Maverick with all-wheel drive for 2025. Yeah, but you still can't get the FX4 package on it. Or I don't think you can get the tow package either. Yeah, Wood says the electric torque for a 4x4 would be cool. Doesn't help always, but would be rad. Yeah. The Steelers scored a touchdown.
Nobody cares.
It'd be nice if they put a locking rear differential on the Maverick. That's one thing it's missing. The Tremor has a quasi one.
There's nothing like having to get out of your truck to lock your differential, to lock your hubs in the snow or the rain.
That's why you get locking hubs, automatic locking hubs.
Well, I had God, what year was it? 78
Oh yeah, back
Power
then.
Wagon.
Yeah, back then, yeah, you had to get out and do it yourself. With those older ones, when they start doing the automatic, was that in the late '80s, early '90s? They started doing
Well,
that.
my mom had a Grand Cherokee. It was about 87, and it had vacuum actuated locking hubs.
And now they got ones where manually you still can do it from in the cab. You don't have to get out of the truck to manually lock them either. Woods asks, is the official truck gun for the Maverick 88? You could fit one under the rear seat. Easy, because it's got that flip up seat with the cargo space underneath it. And my son bought a shotgun when we were out at, I think it was Dunham's in Morgantown, and they had one of the Turkish shotguns, I forget which brand, on sale. So he bought one and it fit under the seat with no problem. So yeah, you could put a Maverick 88 under the seat of one.
Yeah, there's 18 and a half, and I've got the 20-inch.
Yeah, the Turkish gun he bought was an 18 and a half inch. It's a Remington clone, 870. It'd be nice if it used rem chokes, but it doesn't. Defense Dad says he's waiting for it to snow so he can tear ass around and have fun with his new tires. Wood says by his own logic, the Jeep Wrangler truck gun will be the Ruger Wrangler. I don't know. I think a Jeep truck gun will be a 50 caliber M2 Browning. You know, mounted on the roll bar. Yeah, Wood says he's got a Chinese 870 clone. Is that a Hawk or something like that? Maybe a 30 cal Browning could work too. Truck gun on a Jeep. You know, old school. Probably put a dang recoilless rifle in one too. I've seen recoilless rifles on Jeeps. The old Willys in World War II. One truck channel I watch, they bought the cheapest Wrangler they could find. It was around 35 grand, I think, for a cheap, no frills, no options hardly at all on the thing. It still had manual roll down windows on it. They may have found the last car for sale that still has manual roll down windows. Oh, yeah, you got to wear Wrangler jeans, Ron. Wood says it's the newer version of the Hawk, but yeah, same gun. Yeah, they showed the interior of that thing and having the roll down windows. I was like, holy shit. I don't know when the last time I saw a new car that had roll down windows. Didn't have electronic locks on it either. Except for on the key fob, you could unlock it manually. You can unlock it electronically from the fob, but there's not the interior still had the old school buttons for locking and unlocking the door. Kind of crazy. Wood said he paid $170 for that Chinese shotgun. I think that's what my son paid for his Turkish gun. Grab a Gun had it for $150, but he got a better deal after you pay for shipping and transfer fee and whatnot. That's something that a lot of people don't take in consideration when they buy guns online. They're like, oh, it's cheaper online, until you add in the transfer fee and the shipping costs. Ron says, roll down windows. Back when you could pop the hood and could actually see the engine. You pop the hood on my wife's Maverick and you can see the engine. It doesn't have one of those big engine covers that covers up the entire engine bay. You open that and you're looking right at the turbo 4-cylinder in there. If you buy the Bronco Sport, which has the same, is built on the same chassis, has the same engine, and they put one of those big engine covers where you can't see shit. People actually complain because the Maverick doesn't have the engine cover. Fence Dash said he paid $143 for his Partner pump, which is also a Chinese 870 clone. Wood says our generation lost the thing in cars that he misses. Okay, the wing window. Oh yeah, the little vent on the front door. Yeah.
My 69, I think it was the Dart, had the little vents down on the kickboards that you could open
Hmm.
to let air in. A lot when it was nice. It was a hard top, so there's no B pillar.
Mm-hmm.
So you roll the windows down and it's all open.
I remember borrowing my stepdad's Nova before I got my Camaro, and we used to use those little vents to flick the ashes off our cigarettes as we're driving down the road.
They're great for that. Also, if you lock your keys in your vehicle, it's a pretty easy way to get in there and get them out.
Mm-hmm. Ron says wing window, #air conditioning. My stepfather used to call it Polish air conditioning because he was Polish.
We called it a 255 air conditioner, 2 windows open at 55 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wood says the best window for smokers. Defense Dad said his first 2 cars had the wing window. 64 Galaxy and a 61 Fairlane. His 86 Silverado had it too. Try and remember. I don't think the 69 Camaro had them, did it? Did it? I don't remember.
60s, 68 did not.
Yeah, I can't.
67, I think, did.
Yeah, I can't remember if my Camaro had them or not.
Maybe 69. I don't, because I know it would. I know the 68 didn't, and I think the 2 years, the one before and one after, did.
It's pretty bad. It's been so long. I gotta look since I've had that car. I gotta look it up and see if they did now. I honestly cannot remember if they did. Well, the pictures I'm seeing of the 69 did not have them. Okay.
Mm.
Been so long since I've had that car. I honestly could not remember. I missed that car. Costs so goddamn much to replace that today. It's ridiculous. Costs more to buy one of those than it would a new Camaro. I'm not even talking when it's in all that great a shape either. They don't make cars like that anymore. This one looks kind of like the one I had. Mine was a different color. Instead of being black, it was a midnight blue metallic. So it almost looked black. But when the light hit it, it had that blue sheen to it with the metal flake in the paint. It wasn't a 502 either. It was a 396. Looks very similar to the one I had.
I gotta leave for a couple minutes, but I might be back. I gotta help my daughter check something.
Okay. Fence Dad said he really liked that he could drive the all four windows down in his current rig without it buffeting and hurting my ears. Not many new cars you can do that anymore. Wood says so. His daughter is low on funds and needed to buy a wiper blade, so she said it's too expensive. I told her just buy the driver's side.
That's what I did for a while. Is I would when I would replace the wiper blades, I'd do the driver's side, and then every other time I'd do the passenger side.
The Fence Dad asks if the headlight doors on my Camaro worked. They were removed. I didn't have them on there. Wood says I got laid in that car 1,000%. I don't know, man. You couldn't fit two people in the back seat comfortably enough. On a blanket behind the car? No comment. The rear seat in those cars was there just for show. And Finster also says new vehicles really aren't designed to be driven with the windows down anymore. Even the base model cars anymore come with air conditioning and heat.
Well, they use modern cars. The air conditioner runs all the time for just dehumidifying your car.
Mm-hmm. Which says, okay, Rich got laid because of that car. That may be true. I had that. One of my best friends in high school had a Plymouth convertible. I forget what model it was. But it was metallic purple color.
Yeah, I don't remember it. For the Mopars, each of the brands, the Chrysler, Dodge, and Plymouth, would have the same color, but then call them different names. Like Plum
Mhm.
Crazy and Sassy Grass. You know, were different names for the different companies for some reason.
Yeah. I think his dad custom painted the car because it originally was going to be his mother's car. He ended up driving it when his Pinto broke down. I don't know whatever happened to his old Pinto. He had a Pinto station wagon.
Was it like a GTX or
What, the Plymouth?
Newport?
I don't remember. I honestly, it was a boat. I know that much.
It's probably like a Newport then.
It was a convertible. That car rode really nice. His dad had a paint booth and he had repainted it. I know that much.
Do you remember what year it was?
Christ, it was a 60s, late 60s. Ron Wayne said his first car was an 80 diesel Volkswagen Rabbit. Don't judge him. Hey man, those cars would run into the ground. Those old Volkswagen diesels, man, they would run. Not fast, but they would run. Oh, excuse me. Defense Dad said his best car was the 72 Skylark. He built, ran 10s, and was orange with black vinyl top and interior.
I had a friend in high school. He had I think it was a 67 Skylark. I think it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And his girlfriend somehow uh, dented both sides of the car. He would never talk about what happened. She got kicked out of school, so she would sit in his car in the parking lot the whole time for school.
Yeah. Ron said his next car after the Volkswagen Rabbit was a Nissan NX Pulsar. Says, man, he misses that car.
Those rabbits were quick, surprisingly quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they had a bunch of torque. They would take off, but then they would slow down once they got going because they didn't have a lot of horsepower, but they had a lot of torque in them.
Well, I think my buddy had a 65 Skylark, not a 67.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize torque is what gets you going. Horsepower just maintains the speed after the fact.
Well, torque is measurable, horsepower is a calculation.
Mm-hmm. Says he called his rabbit Smokey for obvious reasons. Yeah, I'm gonna guess the exhaust.
I had a friend in high school. He converted his diesel rabbit to a gas, swapped the motor out, but he didn't empty the gas tank. So it was, I guess, the level of diesel was low enough that when he filled it with gas, he was able to burn it off, but it didn't run real well for a little while.
Yeah. Wood said he used to have a 71 GMC C10. The Maverick's first truck I've had, so never had a pickup before that.
I only had two. I had the Power Wagon and I had a Maverick, a 99
Mm-hmm.
Maverick. I can never remember the year.
My uncle, when I was a kid, he always had a Ford pickup, but a Chevy station wagon. So he always got a Chevy station wagon, and pickup had to be a Ford. There was one kid that knew in high school, he had a Chevette. We had 7 people in that thing one day. I don't know how we managed. It was like a clown car. 7 people in a Chevette.
Yeah, friend in high school. That for a while he drove a Chevette, and it would go 0 to 60 eventually.
Yeah, right. That's the way my buddy's Pinto station wagon was. You might hit 60 eventually. We had 5 people in that thing. 2 sitting up front, 1 person laid out across the back seat, and then 2 people in the back. We were going downhill and topped out at 55 he was flooring it. That Pinto had no go. But that was back when the speed limit everywhere was 55 miles an hour. So at least we were hitting highway speeds.
This is what my Power Wagon pretty much looked like. Now you make that primer red. That would be my Power Wagon. The wheels are different, of course. But.
Mm-hmm. That one with that Keller was almost Army surplus.
But it was fun. It was loud. It had mud tires that were kind of knobby. So, like driving cross state, when you got to where you're going, your body would be shaking and vibrating from the noise and the vibration of the tires.
Ron Wayne said that his mom had a 79 Chevy Malibu wood panel wagon that they called the grocery getter. I knew somebody who had one of those 79 Malibus, and he put a 454 in it.
We had a 79 Malibu when I was growing up. That's what I learned to drive on. Had a 305. We called it the Dragon Wagon because it was pretty peppy for just a 305.
Mm-hmm. The dude I knew that had the Malibu wagon with the 454 in it, that thing, man, he couldn't put the gas pedal down without squealing the tires.
That's what was like. There's a girl that we kind of liked each other, but we never actually dated. and she had a 67 Ford Mustang with 357
Mm-hmm.
or 350. Sorry, got gun range on the brain. And it, I drove it one day after school, and took off from a stop, and I was not meaning to do anything. Barely put it down, and the car's so light, anyways. Just lit up the tires.
Mm.
Then I made her mad, and we stopped talking.
Oh, Wood says there was a kid in high school that had a rag top that they would steal and park in weird places. They took it a good dozen times. They were awful. Yeah. Oh, my wife insists up and down that the boys in her senior class took apart their principal's car and reassembled it in the gym.
Oh, we moved a car one time just by lifting it.
Oh, we did that with that Chevette that one dude had.
Yeah.
Those things were so damn light.
Back in the day, I was actually healthy and strong. My friend's Rabbit, I could rock it and get two wheels off the ground. Not very high, but while he was sitting in it.
Yeah, Rabbits, Chevettes, Fiats, those cars were exceedingly light.
I guess Defense Dad sent you an email.
Did you get my email? Which email address did you send it to? I don't know which email he sent it to. Okay, I got it. You want me to share that? Let's see who's coming in. Oh, Gizzard must have left. He's back. Oh, that's right. He did. He had to step up because of his daughter.
Who had to what?
Huh? You had to step up because of your daughter.
She wanted to test out her Zoom connection and make sure it still worked. She needs somebody to help her.
Okay.
It worked.
Yeah. Okay. So here's I guess this is Defense Dad's old car. I'll share this in a second here. So yeah, that's his Skylark. What year did he say that was? That's a 72. Nice looking car. Ron says a buddy he worked with had an Opel. They would pick it up and prop it against the light poles and leave. Now that's just mean. Wood says same thing about he said about my car. Yeah, that's one of them kind of cars too. Now a girl will be like, ew, it's got a gas engine. Don't you care about the environment?
Nope.
Yeah, it was nice back in the day, Woods. Gas was cheap and get a lot of power out of a car like that.
Plus, they had lots of room in the back seat.
Well, Camaro didn't. We used to say that the back seat in my Camaro was like a love seat because you had better be in love with the person you were sitting next to because you're going to be partially in their lap. Yeah, Geowebs, there is a delay. At least on the YouTube part of it. If you're in Rumble itself, there's no delay.
I think the technical term is hellacious.
Yep. Defense Dad said the disappointing thing in high school was that they rented a 68 Caddy for the prom or something, and both dates his and his buddies bitched because it was an old limo. Dude, that would have been cool to have an old car like that. Which says having a nice car costs money. He had pot smoking and drinking to do.
This is what my satellite looked like. Except mine was green, and this is a sport, so the hood is different, but
Oh, nice.
basically the body.
Yeah.
I loved that car. I absolutely loved that car.
Mm-hmm. The trick when I was in high school was you didn't do the work on the car. You bought the car and you volunteered it for the automotive shop, and they did all the work, paid for any replacement parts and everything. The school board did. You didn't pay for anything if you were a student.
I told my girlfriend I would sell her before I sold that car.
The only things I had to worry about with my car were gas and the insurance. Inspection, I had it done at the school. Oil changes, had the school do it.
Yeah, we're lucky we don't have inspections in Washington.
Allegheny County in Pennsylvania, we had 2 inspections. We had the actual safety inspection, and then there was an emissions inspection. Back then, only 2 areas in the state had emissions inspections, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Defense Dad said he used to hate Mopar, but loves them now.
This is what here's a 69 Dart like the one I had. This one is a GT, which mine was not a GTS. But this is the color that mine was. It was, I only had a 318, but it was fun. It's kind of a rusty.
My stepfather's mother, she had a hatchback Dart. I think it was a 70.
I got pulled over one time, and it was, the front fenders were primered. Mm-hmm. It's kind of rusty. Got pulled over. I worked graveyard. It was up near Seattle, Cop pulls me over, and I didn't have insurance. And we had mandatory insurance in Washington, but he didn't ask for it at first. So I thought, okay, I'm okay. And he comes back and then asks for it after he ran my license. And I looked at him and said, I don't have it. And he talked to me a little bit. He saw my parking sticker, knew I was going to school. And I'd asked him, you're going to school? I said, yeah. And he goes, why don't you have insurance? I said, I can't afford it. He stepped back, looked at my car from, nose to tail, gave me my license. He goes, you should at least get liability. Let me go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pennsylvania was mandatory. You had to have insurance. Now it's pretty much mandatory everywhere.
I'm going to say, I think it always has been here.
Some certain states back in the old days, it wasn't mandatory. It was optional. Wood says his Maverick was $500. He had that from working at Taco Bell.
My first car I paid $150 for.
My first car, which was the Camaro, I paid $500 for it. I got it out of a junkyard. I basically paid for the engine that was in it, and the guy running the junkyard threw the rest of the car in for free. Had it towed to the high school, and then a year later, I had the car running. Street legal. But they had to replace the entire body except for the roof on it. Re-weld some of the frame. I didn't pay a penny for any of that work. That would have been thousands of dollars if I would have had to have footed the bill for it.
My dad worked at the Chevy Olds dealership, and our high school guidance counselor had traded in this 64 Chevelle wagon. That was $105, I think I paid for, not $150, $105. Dad said we were going to have to overhaul the engine on it, so he took it to some engine shop in town. They bored out the cylinders.
This was my first car, same color and everything. I had my first one too was a Ford Maverick, like Woods, 71.
Yeah, those are nice cars. You put the right engine in there, and they can move.
Well, you could get them with the 302, the Grabber,
yeah.
The Maverick. Yeah, the 302, which I always wanted, but mine had an inline six.
Yeah. Defense dad says you can't touch a rolling chassis muscle car anymore for under 10 grand. Yeah, no kidding. They're getting to be upwards of 20 grand for one now. Defense dad said his Skylark was $1,600. He built it over about a year. Which said his was 70, was a 73 and baby poop brown. Talking about the Maverick, baby poop brown. Yeah, that was about the color of the Dart that my stepfather's mother had. That hatchback Dart. It was brown. It looked like somebody pooped the car.
The Satellite I got for $125 because it didn't run, but it just needed a condenser for the points. I didn't know that when I bought it. I just knew it didn't run. Mm-hmm. But it had, dual exhaust and air shocks. The guy was in the Navy and he was shipping out, so he had to get rid of it.
Wood says his had an inline 250. Did Ford make an inline 250? I know Chevy did.
That's what mine had.
Okay. Yeah, because the Nova I was talking about earlier that my stepfather had that I was driving around, that had a inline 250. That thing had some get up and go to it. Because it was a truck engine is actually what it was. and that thing had a lot of torque. You put the pedal down, and that thing would just move.
I don't know. My Maverick was about as fast as a CRX because I used to race those all the time.
Wood said his Maverick was terrible, but it was a car.
Oh, I loved mine. I got it from my granddad. I don't think I ever ended up paying for it. My sister borrowed it, went to a party. Her friend borrowed it from her and totaled it. I had it less than a year.
I built a model of one that had a 351 in it. Didn't have the actual car, but I had a model of one with a 351, a blown 351 at that. Blower sticking out the hood. I customized it a little bit. I think the engine it came with was the 302. I had an old model kit that my brother busted the car after I had built it. It was shit. I think it was a Mustang with a 350. It came with a 351. It was a Boss 351 or something. I don't remember. It was a hatchback Mustang. I remember that much. And it had 351, blown 351 with it. And I took that engine from that model and put it in the Maverick. Cut a hole in the roof and everything. Or not at the roof, the hood, you know what I mean. Yeah. Wood said if he made a coming of age movie, he would have the 73 Maverick. Many shenanigans in that car. He says, think Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
There's my first car.
I don't have any old pictures of my actual
It's
car.
brown too.
I don't either.
My dad painted it from some spare paint they had left over at the shop, so I got stuck with that brown paint. It was originally white.
Mm-hmm.
It had vent windows too.
Yep.
That's where I wrecked it.
My first car got wrecked too. I wasn't the one driving.
But the back seat folded down. There's all kinds of room back there.
Oh, yes. That's what was nice about station wagons. You put all kinds of shit in the back one of them.
I don't think that's what Gary's talking about.
I know what Gary's talking about.
There's plenty of room to maneuver back there. Let's just.
Oh yeah.
Had a lot of fun in that car.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my second car. Is a Ford Fairmont in about that kind of shape.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing is the Fairmonts use the Fox body chassis. So, and I bought it and it had Pirelli tires on it, so it handled surprisingly well for a sedan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a guy that lived up the street from us when I was in high school. He had a mid '80s Crown Vic. He had a 351 in it with mag wheels. It looked like this is your standard family car, except for the wheels on it. But he could squeak the tires on that thing if you put the pedal down. Basically, you had it as a sleeper kind of car. Move says, "Damn, Foss, say some chicks for the rest of us."
Mm-hmm.
G-Whip
Well,
said, "No one wants the brown, so you can have brown."
my third car was I think it was a 78 Chrysler LeBaron.
The pastor at our church, he had a 84 Olds 88 that was brown. We used to call it the chocolate bar because it looked like a Hershey bar driving down the road.
Oh, that reminds me. I think I got pictures of. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, that's it. Here we go. I'll show you a nice one. And this was actually mine. Here's your Delta 88 Olds.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an 83.
Mm-hmm.
It's my parents' old car, and then they traded it in. I bought it.
Did I have a diesel or gas?
No, it's gas.
I knew a guy that he had a diesel.
Yeah.
Believe that's 350.
Yeah, the first car that my wife and I bought was an 84 the Sabre, basically the same car, but it had a 307 in it. It was a police engine because it was an old detective's car.
See, the color of the car matched your trailer I used to live in. Back in my trailer house days.
I also had 54 Dodge pickup, which I never drove. Bought it as a project and never worked on it. Ended up getting rid of it. But it was cool sitting in the yard.
Yeah, my friend's dad, the one that had the Plymouth convertible, he had an old pickup like that was a tow truck. And he used it to tow people. That was his tow truck.
I'll show you my pickup. One of my pickups. 77 Chevy, short bed.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun truck. Till I ran it low on oil and threw a rod, and it wasn't so cool anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. Did that in the Dart. I wanted to swap the engine out anyway, so I ran it until I killed it.
My buddy, his family, man, they all had old cars. His dad had that old pickup. His mother had the convertible. Technically was hers, but she also had a 57 Chevy station wagon. His sister had an old car. I don't remember exactly what one she had. His brother had a 67 LeSabre. Or not LeSabre. Was it LeSabre? No. Yeah. No, Le Mans. He had a 67 Le Mans. Basically a GTO without the GTO branding. His cousin had a 65 Mustang. I mean, they all had older cars. None of them had a new car.
And then this is the only new pickup I ever owned. '96 Ranger.
Yeah. Back then, that was a mid-size. The Maverick's considered a compact that that we have. It's the same size as that. You put the new Ranger, which is considered a compact, next to an old F-150 from that time frame, and they're the same size. Trucks have gotten bigger.
Yeah.
Partly because all these damn new safety regulations they got to meet.
What in the world?
Yeah, the first car my wife and I bought together was a Subaru Loyale. Loyale with cheese.
Yeah, used to see a lot of them on the road back in the day because they were cheap.
It had a flat 4, so it's kind of like a boxer engine, and it grenaded.
Yeah, all them
Took out the
Subarus
oil
got like a
pump,
box.
took out the
like
distributor.
Yeah, all them Subarus have box. Even today, most of your Subarus have a boxer style engine in them.
I traded it had it towed to a mechanic, and then ended up just trading him the car to cover the price of towing it because it wasn't worth anything.
Now get ready.
Oh, an old Honda.
Yeah, that's my free motorcycle.
You can't beat that price.
'73 CB360.
My father decided he was actually going to do something for me once. He was going to give me his motorcycle because he never rode it. My mother's like, "You can't have a motorcycle. You're not allowed." It was when I had just turned 16. He was going to give it to me for a birthday present because he sold the car I was supposed to have.
My father-in-law gave me this because he had wrecked it one time. He's afraid he's going to kill himself on it, so I brought it and left it in my yard. He said, "Here, you can have this." So.
Yeah, he was going to give me his was a Yamaha that he was going to give me.
He ran.
It was a cruiser, a Yamaha cruiser. I forget what model it was. He bought it and then never rode it. My uncle did the same thing. He bought a motorcycle too and never rode it. Like, why you bother buying them if you're never going to use them?
The story was my father-in-law was riding with a couple friends on a hillside in Arkansas, kind of up a grade, and he got to the end of a dead-end road and went to turn around, and he got to rolling backwards and ended up scaring himself half to death, and ended up turning the bike over and falling off of it, and he rode it back. He said he never got on it again. He said, "Nope,
Well,
never do."
well, that's understandable. But both my uncle and my father bought the bikes and they never rode them. They just sat there with tarps over them. So, they had them delivered to the house and never rode them. It's like, what's the point? At least ride it once. If you're going to pay for the bike, ride the damn thing once at least. It's like, what the hell? They both bought Yamahas, matching Yamahas. My father and my mother's brother. They both bought Fiats too when Fiat came out. When the Fiats became a big fad, where everybody was buying Fiats. Until everybody realized they were completely total junk.
I'll send you an email of my first motorcycle. I don't have it on the computer. I got a picture on my phone.
Went out to eat yesterday. Ended up parking next to this Mini Cooper. My son-in-law got out and he said, "Where's the other half of the guy's car at?"
Oh hell, some of them Mini Coopers are huge, and now they got some big
Not
cars.
this
Clubman.
one. This was tiny.
What was that for us?
The Clubman,
Yeah.
the Mini Cooper Clubman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that your wife on it?
Yeah, that's when
You
we
want me
were
to show
young.
that, or
Yeah, you can. Just don't tell her.
okay?
That was my first. It's an XS 1100, Yamaha XS 1100.
Yeah, there's the bike. That's monkey
For-
head. I don't need that.
For being as old and heavy as it was, I think it was a 78 or 79. I think it was stinking fast.
Yeah, it looks kind of like the one my father and uncle had.
When they first came out, they were the fastest production bikes.
Hi, Timmy. My daughter's cat decided he wanted to make a visit.
They do that.
So if I say Timmy, I'm not talking to you, Foss. I'm talking to him.
Yeah. That's right. I don't ever listen anyways. Just like the cat.
Justin Grimm said, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's the bike I took my motorcycle test on.
Justin Grimm said he tried on a Mini Cooper once. It was like a fitted suit. Man, my son, when he was little, he was always fascinated with Mini Coopers. He had a bunch of the Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars that are Mini Coopers and stuff. He just had a
Slightly
fascination
below
with them.
scale.
Yeah. That Mini Cooper SUV they have, it's pretty large. There's nothing mini about it. Ron Wayne's got to take off. All right, later, Ron. Have a good night.
Good night.
He's probably already gone before we ever said anything.
Probably.
Add to that the delay.
Yeah, he probably actually left 10 minutes ago. Yeah.
Wood says your father-in-law was trying to kill you, Gary. Buck's out there, Evening Buck.
I never did have a motorcycle license. That's why I never rode it out on the street very often.
I didn't.
Luckily, I had a big enough yard I could ride it around the yard.
Yeah, I didn't have one either, but when my mother and her boyfriend got the Harley 1200 Sportster, I still rode it on the street. Like, fuck it. As long as I don't do anything stupid, I'm not going to get pulled over.
Well, it almost seems kind of crazy. for your motorcycle, basically they give you your permit, maybe give you the book that you'll take the test on later, and tell you, have fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here in West Virginia, you get your permit, and then the next day you can take your test. You don't even have.
When I first applied for my driver's license, if I wanted to, I could have had because they call it a Class D here in Kansas for a motorcycle. I could have had it added for nothing, but
Mhm.
I didn't think I'd ever own a motorcycle, so I didn't do it. I could have had it done without even taking the test.
Yeah, here you either get the motorcycle license or you have an endorsement on your standard license.
Because I have a standard driver's license in Kansas is a Class C, so motorcycle's a Class D add-on. So
Mm-hmm.
I still have my endorsement, just in case. You never know.
now it says corrective lenses required.
Yeah. Defense Dad says he wouldn't mind getting a modern sleeper for a second car, like a 2015 Kia Icarus. 429 horsepower rear-wheel drive luxury car that's fast. Has Maybach style reclining rear seats too.
He wants to get his car stolen.
Apparently, that's not much of a sleeper. But the only car that I ever had that could be considered a sleeper was my '84 Monte Carlo, which had the Buick Grand National Turbo 6. It was an '86 engine in it.
I'll send you a picture of my other two bikes that I had. One that I bobbed, and then my XS 850. Oops. Oh, thought I sent it for Ron Wayne. So I may have sent you an email with a picture in it. Not sure where I sent it.
Uh-oh. We'll know if I get it or not. I ain't got it yet. Yeah, you may have sent it to Ron.
Didn't send it to me. I looked.
I can resend it. Yeah, I don't have a clue where it went. I mean, right below your name in my list is Black Cat, so I might have sent it to Black Cat.
Yeah. That's on my phone. Got my son's name, and then Scotsman's is right above him. So we're driving back from Harrisburg down I-81 from when we were coming home from the Great American Outdoor Show a couple of years ago. And wife's like, call Sean and see what they want for dinner tonight. So she hits a bump just as I'm getting ready to call. And I hit Scotsman's number instead of his number. So yeah, I know how that can go.
Oh, what did Scotsman want for dinner?
He's like, I got to call you back. I'm busy right now. Amy was all freaked out. He's like, who's that guy on Sean's phone? I was like, no, it wasn't Sean. That was Scotsman. I accidentally dialed the wrong number. She was freaking out.
It may take me a while to resend that picture because I don't remember what folder I was looking in.
Oh,
I have to go
I know
through.
how that is too. What folder did I put that picture in? Yep. Woods is asking if anybody's seen Black Cat. Does he hate guns now? Just wondering. Wasn't he in the chat for one of your shows a couple weeks ago, Gary?
Oh, you see him every once in a while.
Yeah. I think it's his work schedule now.
Yeah. That and he's old.
Mm. Yeah, Steelers are doubling up the Jets now. Going to be 30-15.
Nobody
Pending
cares.
the extra point.
All right, let's try this again.
Oh no, the Dodgers have a 7-4 lead over the Mets in the 8th inning. It's just about over.
So hopefully you'll get that one. So I'm not going to try again.
Stuff we use out there says, question, can't you look at recent files?
Oh, probably could have.
Don't tell him. And he says, people who shoot 9mm eventually hate guns.
I've heard that.
Yeah. And Chrome decided it went and randomly closed my popped out YouTube chat.
You sure it's not just hiding?
Nope, it's gone. It's not in the toolbar at the bottom.
Oh, I see. So is that, did you just change your name or do you have a separate channel with the same logo? It's your websites.
Oh, that's his reviews. His reviews channel that he posts his Amazon reviews to. But don't tell anybody.
I got the email this time.
Oh, okay.
There's the two he was talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see because it's black on black. But the front one is a V-twin Yamaha. It's a 920 that I bobbed. Super comfortable. That's the one I fell asleep on at 70 miles an hour. And then the one behind it's the XS850. Ripped out. It was kind of the XV920 Yamaha.
Mm-hmm.
Is kind of futuristic. It had electronic, big square, ugly electronic display, and a whole bunch of safety features, and I ripped all that out.
Mm-hmm.
All it had was speedometer and the one indicator light for the blinkers. I just ran diodes so I could run it through the same LED. Put all the ignition stuff in the toolbox on this. You can see it on the side. It looks like there's the 3 buttons. So there's the key, the starter button. We're on the side. Used a trailer fender for the rear fender.
Cool.
It was fun. It was really light once I got it stripped down, so you could throw it around, and wasn't super fast. With the mini ape hangers, was really, really comfortable.
Nice thing about bikes is they didn't use a lot of fuel.
Well, they would. Mine didn't get super great gas mileage. I probably got 28 miles to the gallon, and you only have like about a 5-gallon tank. So
yeah, but put that in comparison to the cars back then.
Yeah.
That's why I rode the bike. That even though I didn't have the license, going back and forth to work in the summer, I spent less on gas than I would have on a car. I think a couple of the cops in our neighborhood knew I didn't have a motorcycle license. They didn't say anything.
Yeah, that the bobber was stinking loud. I put 2 and 2 pipes, so each cylinder had its own pipe, and they were slash cut, so it was kind of loud, louder than I meant it to be.
One of the cops in our neighborhood was a smartass. He saw me riding the bike one time. He's like, "Hey, nice Vespa you got."
Vespas are kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Best thing about those, you don't need a license for them.
What?
Depending on what size engine they have.
Yeah.
Was like 4 cc's and under, you don't need a license.
49.
49. I knew it was something with the 4.
4 cc is awfully small.
Yeah. I thought about that after I said it. I knew it was something with a 4.
But scooters are really fun. They're not manly, but they're fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Did
I
have
used to
a
ride around another one of my friends, his dad had an old Vespa. We used to ride that thing around all over the place.
My friend in high school that he converted his Rabbit. For a while, he rode a Honda scooter. It was one of the 500cc scooters.
Mm-hmm. G-Web says he needs a motorcycle to have in the back of the van, then bust out like the Captain America TV show or the TV movies, the series of TV movies they made, and pull around on it when he goes places. That was that Reb Brown or somebody like that who was in those old Captain America things.
I don't remember. I remember the show. I don't remember who was in it.
Some of your people around here will strap those onto the back of their RVs and stuff like that.
Well, when you get the basically buses that people use for RVs, I saw one years ago that Their tow car was a Dodge Ram. Well, the they'll tow cars behind them. They were towing a Dodge Ram behind their bus.
Yeah, I mean, my stepfather always wanted to buy an old school bus and turn that into an RV. He never did it.
But they'll park their RVs and then they'll ride their little scooters around the campsites and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. There's a company over in Germany makes really expensive RVs. They actually can fit a Mini Cooper underneath it. It comes with a little garage built into the bottom. It drops the car down like the RV lifts up, and then it drops the car down. Looks like something out of a sci-fi movie.
There's one that floats, so you can drive it into the water.
The one I'm talking about, I'm trying to remember. It was on one of those shows that they have on Travel Channel where they talk about expensive vehicles and stuff. It was like $5 million for the thing. It had more than one floor in it. Like it had multiple bedrooms. The main bedroom was on the main floor, deck, whatever you want to call it, inside. And then there were two smaller bedrooms that you walk down this little like ladder stairs contraption to get to that were below the main deck. It was a big RV. But downstairs, if you want to call it downstairs, bedrooms on it had bunks that looked like something like you would see in a cabin cruiser boat with a little dresser underneath the bed. And then a curtain you pulled across for privacy.
Privacy.
There were a bunch of other features that this thing had too. It was crazy. Ozzy's out there. My father and grandfather once went in on a 24-foot cabin cruiser. We used to spend the night on it and during the summer. When I was real little. This was before my parents even got divorced. Because it was my mother's father and then my father who went in on it together. My grandfather said he wished he never had done it.
Well, that's what they say. The two happiest times of your life is when you buy your boat and when you sell your boat.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what boat stands for? Bust out another 1,000.
Yeah.
But we had some fun on that boat, you know. Going up and down the rivers up there in Pittsburgh. Woods asks, anyone else carry guns way before it was legal? I may have carried a pocket pistol back in the day.
Well, I got to jump out.
Okay.
I'll probably be out there listening, but I got something I got to go do.
Okay. Thanks for jumping on,
Okay.
fellas.
Yeah,
Bye.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Later.
Later. Yeah, we've been going for 2.5 hours now. What the hell? Oh, shit. I forgot to push that button. That helps. If you stop sharing when you're trying to share anymore.
Got his email on the screen.
Everybody's probably seen it before anyway.
Showing his name, his street name.
Well, I think they know that too.
His real name.
Oh,
Good Lord bless you.
oh man, that was one of those ones that hit you out of nowhere. Moose says he made money on every boat he owned. Right? Did you have Diddy parties on him or something? Sell tickets? And then he says Foss has to poop.
That's possible.
That's possible. Yeah, Steelers are going to win this game. Halfway through the fourth, and they're driving again. They get the Giants next Monday night. And then they got to play the Commanders the week after, a.k.a. the Redskins. Moose says ain't no party like a mooey party.
Enjoy it now. You know you're going to have a blue Christmas this year.
Uh-huh. At least Taylor Swift doesn't come to our games every week.
I'm hoping the Chiefs can play the Lions in the Super Bowl this year. Wouldn't it be great?
I don't know. I don't know if the Steelers quite have everything together yet to get to the Super Bowl, but they're getting close. And the rest prematurely blow the whistle. The Jets briefly stopped Harris, so they blow the whistle, and then he breaks free. As they're blowing the whistle. Way to go, officials. I mean, he was still moving forward, too. I mean, they should never have blew that whistle. It isn't like they were pushing him backwards or anything, you know?
I don't have the game on. I couldn't tell you.
No.
I could, but I don't.
Oh, you got baseball on.
No, I don't have anything on.
Oh.
I just have it. The score on the browser. It's 10-4 Dodgers.
Holy hell.
It's so gonna be over. Top of the ninth. Yeah.
Mercy rule.
It's gonna be the Dodgers and the Yankees in the series this year. Yay.
Poor Mets fans. They so wanted another Subway Series, like anybody else did.
I just want somebody to beat the Yankees. I don't really like the Dodgers or the Mets.
That Woods is taking off. Night, Woods. Maybe he's got to go over to Foss's and help him with whatever because they're both in Washington.
Help him poop?
Foss.
I said help him poop?
Oh, maybe. If maybe he's got to take him some laxative because he's having trouble going.
Or he's taking him some paper.
That too. Moo says living alone has its perks. How would you know?
Oh, I would know.
No, you would, but how would Moo know? He's always got a house full of people. He's running a damn hotel out of his house.
I can't get nobody to come to my house.
That's because you have an apartment, not a house.
So?
Well, you can't have people go to a house if you have an apartment.
I got a living room.
You totally missed the joke.
I'm just saying, I've had relatives come to my town to go look at nearby graves and stuff like that and never even bothered to say hi or
Oh, I know how that is.
like drive an hour and a half. You're in my
Mhm.
town, you don't even bother to
Mm-hmm.
say, hey, you want to go out to eat or you want us to come by or no, nothing. I have to read about it in
Mhm.
Facebook 3 days later. So,
Yeah. Well, when we
that's
were living in Pittsburgh, my brother would be at a bar down the street from our house. Wouldn't even tell me he was going to be there. Like, or our apartment anyway. Well, we were renting a townhouse, so I guess it would be a house.
here
It was a over-under duplex, basically.
Here I live alone with a cat. Would love to have somebody visit, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Moose says you need to read the comment before that for context.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. It still doesn't change the fact, how do you know about living alone? I don't think Moo has a moment alone in his day at this point. People
Most
come
of
and
the time
hijack
it's
him to
pretty
shoot
good, but
bullets.
sometimes it just sucks.
Mm. Sometimes having a bunch of people in your house sucks too.
Yeah, but you can make them leave.
Not if they live here.
Oh, well, that's true.
G says they have a chicken allergy.
They must. It's all right. I got George.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he kind of has to visit me. He lives here.
So, what else we got to talk about?
Oh.
I don't either.
We got a video going live in the morning. But if you're a channel member, you can see it now.
Ooh. What about?
It's about the new Civivi knife that's released tomorrow. The Sentinel Strike 2. You can pre-order it now. But hint, hint, if you go to my Amazon store, you can also see it there.
Yeah. G-Web says, what about Halloween costumes? I don't have one.
I don't go out for Halloween.
Last year, I put on a pair of my cargo pants, Punisher t-shirt, and a hoodie and said I was the Punisher for Halloween.
That's
With
the
one
nice
of-
thing about living
one
in an
of my
apartment is nobody knocks on your door for Halloween.
Yeah. The best part is kids knew who I was dressing up as. They're like, "Oh, you're the Punisher." They're like, "Cool costume." And then one kid was like, "Is that a real gun?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Cool." He's like, "My dad has a bunch of guns too." I had my P10C I was carrying on Halloween.
Thing is, I can't do a whole lot of dress up for Halloween because I have to dress up as somebody who's got a big beard. So
Various points in the comics, Punisher would have a beard or not have a beard, so I didn't have an issue.
not a scruffy gray beard.
Yeah. Depending on the storyline and who was drawing it, he could be in his late 40s. The fence stat says if he dresses up for Halloween, he just puts on a flannel shirt, his work boots, and tool belt. Instant Al Borland from Home Improvement. He also says his cat's being antisocial. So he just gives him a treat to get him stoned. Yeah, GUF says if you dress as Punisher, you need to get the dual 1911s just to be authentic. He didn't always carry 1911s, though. There are many comic where he had something else. But yeah, I want to get a pair of 1911s with the Punisher grips and everything like what he had. But yeah, we're getting ready. My son and I are getting ready to give out the candy. And my wife calls like, "What are you dressing? What are you gonna wear for a costume to give out candy?" I was like, "Do I have to ever wear a costume?" She's like, "Well, it would be nice." So I just went and put that on. It's like, okay, boom, instant costume. Just stuff I had in my closet anyway. I was tempted to have my AR-15, but that might have been a little too overboard. Amy got home. She's like, "Yeah, that might not have been a good idea." Our son didn't dress up as anything.
I haven't dressed up as anything in ages.
I thought it was cool that the kids knew who I was supposed to be dressed up as.
There's
I'm
one
saying
year
little
when I
kids
lived
too.
at the old house, I wore my chicken mask
Mm-hmm.
because I'd have the light on so the little kids would come by. And there's one kid that was so scared he wouldn't come anywhere near me when I had that chicken mask on. Scared the heck out of the kid, so I took it off. Like I never wore it after that. It's like I didn't mean to scare a kid with it. I thought it would be kind of cute.
We were sitting on the steps to the porch out front, and we had my 2-in-1 outside where it had Halloween themed music playing, like old classic rock songs and oldies that would have a Halloween theme to them, like Little Red Riding Hood and stuff like that.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Monster Mash.
Mm-hmm. Alice Cooper, Feed My Frankenstein, stuff like that.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Yeah. We ran out of candy, and her son ran up to the supermarket and to check. Well, up by the supermarket, it's only like a 5-minute walk. There's also a CVS and a Family Dollar, so he was going to all 3 stores looking for candy. We were just about out. He took off to go get some. Hopefully this year we'll have plenty. We weren't expecting as many kids because there was also, in addition to trick or treating at the same time, there was a church or someplace that was doing another thing. So we didn't think a whole lot of kids were going to show up last year. So we didn't buy a whole bunch of candy. But he came back. He had bags from CVS, Martin's grocery supermarket, and the Family Dollar with different types of candy in it. And we had different candy for different age groups. Like a lot of the parents were happy because we weren't just giving out chocolate, we were giving out suckers too for the little kids.
Yeah.
Foss says he could have just gone door to door for candy. Yeah, the authorities tend to frown on 20 somethings trick or treating though, Foss. I don't know how well that would have worked.
I had a friend of mine from work come by trick or treating with his son and daughter one day, and he come to the door with them. And yeah, it was cute. I gave the kids their candy, and I said, "Do you want some candy too?" He said, "I'd take a beer." I said, "Hold on." So I went in the refrigerator and got a beer and put in his sack. He goes, "Sweet, thanks." He gets in the car, his wife's driving, he gets in the passenger seat, and they start to take off. He says, "I cracked that beer open." My wife says, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm drinking a beer." His wife was I guess like a deputy sheriff or something, law enforcement. Anyway, says, "You can't do that, it's illegal."
He's not driving.
Yeah, really, that's what he said.
We had a couple of teenagers who live in the area. We see them riding their bikes all the time, and they always say hi and stuff. We're like, "Can we have some candy too?" So we gave them each some candy, and they were like, one kid was like, "Oh, I got a Reese's." The other kid was like, "Shut up." Jesus Christ, the Redskins are 5-2. Nobody around here calls them the Commanders. Everybody who's a Redskins fan still calls them the Redskins. They don't give a shit that the name was changed. There's rumor that they might change it back again and bring back the old logo. They should have never changed it in the first place.
They should bring back the Indians while they're at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they tried to get the Chiefs to do that stuff.
Oh,
a
yeah.
few
They
years
tried to
ago.
get Florida State to change their name, too.
Chiefs told them to suck it, basically.
Yeah, that's basically what Florida State told them. And the Chicago Blackhawks, they tried getting them to change their name. Who says Foss is commenting with pooping, and Foss says no, had to help wife clip the dog's nails before she went to bed. Yeah, that's a wife thing to do, Moo. He says that sounds like my wife. He could have done that all day, but yeah.
Maybe living alone doesn't suck so bad.
Like, you've been home all day, and you decide now is when you got to vacuum.
I don't have to do any stupid shit for it.
Amy's like, "Can I vacuum, or do I gotta wait till tomorrow?" It's like, you could have vacuumed at any point during the day, and you want to do it now, right before I gotta go live. It's like, Jesus Christ! I swear it's a woman thing.
I take offense to that.
Oh well. Tell me your mother doesn't do that.
Yes, it is, I know. Meanwhile, Mom over here being too damn scared to do it when everyone's asleep in the morning, still real early or late.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear my daughters in the room too.
To the point where I freaking have hand beaten butter because I was too scared to start running a goddamn hand mixer because everybody's still being asleep.
I don't think you're gonna have to worry about the hand mixer. It ain't gonna be that loud.
Well, that was also for a baby where they tended to throw a fit over the tiniest things.
Well, I've ran my garbage disposal in the middle of the night before, so deal with it, neighbors.
Oh, speaking of neighbors, our neighbor was doing something a couple weeks ago. He's fucking running power tools outside at like 3:00 in the freaking morning.
Yep, could not get a leak of sleep with that.
Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Something like it was trying some kind of cement or something.
37-15. Towards the end of the fourth. That game, that's going to be the final. There's only 10 seconds left. The best part is the Steelers were just trying to run out the clock on their last drive, and the Jets just let Najee Harris run up the middle for a touchdown. Oh. Yep, that game's over. Now, where the hell did I put the remote? There it is.
Mm-hmm. Texas fell to number 5 in the AP Top 25 poll.
I haven't looked at the poll. Where's Notre Dame at now?
Notre Dame is in 12.
So they don't move. Well, at least they didn't drop a place like last week. They win and still dropped a place last week. It was like, what the hell? They went from 11 to 12 last week.
Oregon 1, Georgia 2, Penn State 3, Ohio State 4, Texas 5.
I'm guessing Texas lost to Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Tennessee moved up to 7. That's what happens when you beat Alabama.
Army and Navy are both ranked.
Alabama's down to 15.
Didn't they start the season at number 1?
Uh-huh.
That's what I thought.
Army's 23, Navy's 24.
Yeah. Irish have to play both of them. They're the only 2 ranked teams that they still have to play. As of yesterday when the game was on anyway. For a minute there, it looked like Georgia Tech was going to give them trouble, and then they just blew it open. That's kind of the way the Steeler game went tonight. It looked like the Jets were going to give them trouble, and all of a sudden, boom, they just kicked the door open. Defense says, Jesus, he's beginning to organize his EDC gear, and it's easy to forget how many knives you have when they're spread out throughout the house.
That ain't no kidding.
Mm-mm. I probably got knives. I don't even remember having knives. Christ, I got a bunch of them sitting right here. Not as many as you were, that's for sure.
See, I could carry a different knife every day and go through a whole month and not carry the same knife twice.
Yeah, I can't do that. I could go a couple weeks. No, back in the day when I had my knife collection, I could do that. I could have probably went the whole year and not carried the same knife twice. I had a bunch of pocket knives.
Yeah, I need to start giving some more away. There's just too many of them around here.
Defense that said he's starting to go he's going to start a purge this week. He's not going full minimalist, but he has way too much stuff that he doesn't use. Yeah, my wife keeps telling me, you need to go through your t-shirts. You have way too many t-shirts. You don't wear half of them. So I've started wearing ones that I haven't worn in a while. Just a spite.
If you got lots of t-shirts, you can go a whole month without doing your laundry.
Yeah, I probably could. At least shirt-wise. Defense Ted said he's up to 28 knives and he hasn't left the living room.
Well, you're going to eventually have to do underwear. Unless you own that many pairs of underwear.
No, I don't own that many pairs of underwear. I have this problem where my underwear disappears. And socks. Socks and underwear disappear. It's getting to the point where I've started wearing my gym shorts that have the liner in them as underwear.
That or go commando.
Yeah, that's dangerous if you're wearing jeans with a zipper.
It's dangerous when you get a cat, too.
Well,
If you're wearing shorts.
mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I know. Foss says underwear gnomes. Yeah, probably. That's a possibility. Either that or the dryer gets hungry. I don't know. defense, Dad said he just had to buy new underwear. He was down to 3 pair that still had the elastic all the way attached.
Have to get him some underwear suspenders. Or duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's a lot cheaper to buy a replacement bag of underwear than it is going to buy a gun or a pocket knife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just did a count just on this little itty bitty desk I use here in the living room, and I have 11 knives just sitting on there. Oh no, 12. There's a 12th one.
I put a bunch away last week. I did have a bunch on my desk, but I think I'm down to 3 or 4 now.
I didn't think I had this many on here. Oh, there's a 13th. 13. I think that's it.
Let's see, 3 so far. There's a flashlight.
Well, I got a couple of them on here too.
Oop, there's 2 more. Okay, 5 knives. Okay. Plus 1 that's in a box.
A random battery. I don't know what that came from.
I have an Altoids 10.
I don't got one of them. Uh-oh, something fell. A transformer. I currently have 5 flashlights on my desk. One of which I'm using to count the flashlights.
Well, now I've got 4 of them that are magnetic that are stuck to the underside of my desk. Do those
Well, I
count?
got 2 that are on my computer. Oh no, wait! I got 6 because I got one. I got one that's in a sheath, it's a belt sheath too.
Now, these are the magnetic O lights, so they're upside down underneath my desk.
I got I got 2 mag lights on my tower, my computer tower. Yeah. I think I'm missing a knife that should have been over here that isn't. Yep, I am.
I've got a knife that's lost, and I have no idea where it is. It's been lost for a while. It's got to be right here in this house, but I don't know where it's at. I haven't seen it in quite a while, though.
Let's see, my camera's already on. I just got to switch which one it's on. Woohoo! This one? Where is it? This one I got at Goals when I signed up for the Bass Pro card.
What is that?
Little Cabela's branded drop point.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's a decent little knife. It's got a nice edge on it.
Yeah. I got desk bunnies underneath my desk.
It's got a nice little stippling on the back there. See if I can get the focus. It doesn't want to focus. Right here. And it's ambidextrous. It's got thumb studs on both sides.
Don't most knives have thumb studs on both sides?
No, I have quite a few that don't.
Oh.
This one doesn't have any thumb studs.
Well. Oh.
Moo has a Victoria's Secret coupon if anybody wants it.
I saw that.
223DMR out there in the chat.
I saw that.
Moo has the Victoria's Secret coupon because he wanted to see if he could get a day with one of the trainees that they had on their walk in the runway this year. They turned him down, so now he wants to get rid of the coupon.
That's understandable.
Defense Dad says his hope is that when he's organizing stuff, he'll find his Knipex pliers. He misplaced them like a month ago, and it's pissing him off. Yeah, nothing worse than losing something like that.
I'll be right back.
Okay. What's getting on my nerves is, for some reason, I can't figure it out. Now, where the hell did I put the damn thing? I just had it. Here it is. The cats think that this is a toy. They keep taking it off my desk. And they figured out how to turn it on. So, you're sitting there watching. My wife's like, I'm sitting there watching TV, and the cat comes walking by with the flashlight in their mouth, and it's turned on. Looked like they had a headlight, she said. And then the dog got a hold of my damn microphone case and tore up the USB charging cable for the one. So now I got to get a new USB cable for that. Defense Dad says he's going to move his furniture and see how much shit his cat has knocked off onto the floor and then bat it around at night until it goes under furniture. I found this under the couch. This ain't a small knife. Didn't stop the cats from playing with it and knocking it under the couch. This one, they can open. The dog was carrying this around with it open the one day. It's like, stay off my damn desk, you little freaks. It's not there for you. Cats are assholes and puppies are little brats. it's like the third USB cable that I've had that damn mutt has chewed up. I'm really getting tired of it. Dumb dog chewed the leg on my wife's antique sewing machine too. She's pissed off at her for that one. It was her great grandmother's or some shit.
What's going on?
Oh, we were complaining about our animals.
No.
Stupid dog of my wife's has chewed up 3 of my USB cables. And the leg to her antique sewing machine that belonged to her great grandmother.
Oh.
Yeah. Finstead says IKEA makes a monitor riser with a drawer organizer. He's ordering 2 for his knives, but putting them on a bookcase, it'll look nice. Yeah, IKEA makes everything you need to build your own computer desk. They got the rolling cabinet, file cabinets. They got the the thick wood countertops, and you put one of those on top of those drawers, and there's your computer. There's your desk. There's a lot of YouTube channels I follow that have done just that. They said it's cheaper than ordering a desk. Just go do that, and it looks nice. I mean, it doesn't look like crap. Yeah. Yeah. These days, with how much monitors have improved with their stands and stuff, if you need a monitor riser, you bought the wrong monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are extremely adjustable these days. Ain't like back in the day where you had to have one or else you were going to have a kink in your neck by the end of the day. The old
I've got my
CRT.
monitor right at eye level, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a new monitor in ages.
Mine I have on a monitor arm so that I could use it with this laptop stand. That's basically what I got for a desk. It's a laptop stand. Where a laptop would go is where I have my keyboard. I have a computer desk in the dining room, just ain't using it.
I don't have a dining room.
Hmm?
I don't have a dining room.
Yeah, the dining room's open air with the living room.
My kitchen is right across from my living room, and there's a little half wall that separates the two, basically.
Mm. Where the fireplace is, the big wood fireplace that I've shown you before, that's like the split between the living room and the dining room. There's no actual wall. It's just that's where we judge the living room and dining room separates at midway point of that fireplace. I have a fence that said that's a metal riser with nice wood drawer. Saw a video where someone used it for his knives and it looked cool. It's called the Elovin, if anyone is curious.
And the newer model's called the 12.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be.
Never know. Never know. It's what they do. I don't know. No, I'm just. I don't know if anybody has a reason to get where I got that from. Anyway, we've been going for almost 3 hours. I think it's time we turn this off.
Okay.
So, anything you want to plug or anything, Gary?
Got a knife video that came out Friday. Got another one's coming out tomorrow morning. And probably another one midweek or so. So if you want to see some new knives, keep an eye on my channel. Can take a look at some of the new stuff that's coming out. And of course, I've got my Foul Territory stream on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Most people know that, but if a stranger comes onto this and watches it, then yeah, you can check out my channel. But other than that, thanks for having me.
Yep, no problem. And yeah, I think that's about it for this week, folks. So yeah, check out Gary's stuff. Yeah. Go over to my website and check out our affiliates page. Never know if I'm going to post any sales or anything over there. So,
if you want to buy Blackout Coffee, you can go to either one of our websites.
Yeah. Well, go to mine and it benefits both of us.
Yeah, but I get more if you go to mine.
Yeah, but you get some even if they go to mine. So quit being greedy.
Or you go to Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I have an affiliate code for that too.
Yeah, so do I. I'm the one that can.
I've never had anybody buy anything from there yet.
No. But going across the screen right now is the URL for the affiliates page. You can also find that down below in the description. So, yeah. Oh, and there's my PayPal. So, yeah. And then after that, it'll be Subscribestar.
I don't think I have a Subscribestar.
I don't know if it's.
I have a locals, but
yeah, Subscribestar, you gotta get $150 before they even let you cash anything out.
Yeah. Oh well.
I probably have like 20 or 25 because Foss is like the only person that's been subscribed to me on there. And they start you at $25. I mean $5. So,
wow.
Anybody who wants to contribute $5 a month to the channel, check out the Subscribestar. I get enough people, I might actually be able to cash it out.
Then what would you do with all that money?
Oh, damn sure ain't gonna be pay StreamYard.
Buy another cat?
No, got too many of them as it is. Anyway, we will say goodnight for this week, and we will catch you somewhere down the road on one, probably Gary's show at some point. Either his Wednesday or Friday, or possibly even both.
That's true.
So if you're not a channel member of Gary's, go over there so you can watch the Wednesday night show.
There you go.
And if you go over to Rumble, we can't do super chats here on YouTube, but on Rumble, we can do their equivalent of a super chat because I'm monetized over there. So there's that too. And like, share, subscribe, get the word out. We still got the giveaway going. If we ever get the 500, we're at 410 as of tonight when I was setting the show up.
Getting there.
Yeah, getting there slowly. But we got some nice knives and other stuff that are waiting to be given away, folks. We hit 500. We got a big Gerber folder that was donated by Foss. We have a Buck 119, I think it is, that was donated by Foss. We got a knife from Smoky Mountain Knife Works that was donated by them. We got another knife that I bought from Smoky Mountain Knife Works for in the giveaway. And Smoky Mountain Knife Works sent some other swag stuff too that'll be given away. So we'll have a nice big giveaway if we ever get to 500. So let's get the word out, folks. Help spread the word that we're doing this giveaway. And until next week, I think I already said this. We'll catch y'all later. Have a good night. And
Give him the
here's
bird.
somebody. What?
Give him the bird.
Yep, give him the bird. And here's somebody to tell you a little bit about the giveaway before we go.
Now listen up, babies. I'm here to ride the train down the funky town. The Unloaded Media Channel is doing a giveaway once he hits 500 subscribers. For more information and details, check the description down below. And you too can be funky like a monkey.